What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to do episode 13 of the DC Universe podcast. Sorry that this video is so late. But yeah, we have a crap ton of stuff to talk about. Mainly revolving around Batman. Both versions of Batman. Right? So, let's get started. So, Scarlett Johansson is apparently going to be in Robert Pattinson and Matt Reeves' The Batman 2. And, I love this. So, the rumor is that there is going to be a free new roles added, free main new roles, that's a tongue twister, added to the Batman 2. So it would be Harvey Dent, played by an actor that is 40s, right? Harvey Dent's dad, which we'll talk about in a minute, because there's a very, 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 very prominent, great actor rumored for that role as well. And then Gilda Dent. Now, if you don't know the story of a lot of the Batman 1 takes the tone from Long Halloween, and like Matt Reeves, as I always say, comic book adaptations adapt. They don't copy. Right? So, he took a lot of the tone and stuff, from the Long Halloween of the first Batman movie. But if they were to actually adapt, like, Two-Face's origin, like his comic book origin, that would be insane, bro. That would be insane. So Scarlett Johansson is rumored to be playing Gilda Dent. Now, if you don't know who Gilda Dent is, first of all, if you haven't read the Batman Long Halloween, like, graphic novel, go read that. It's one of the best comic book stories of all time. If you don't know what that story is, it's, like, a year, like, to Batman, and he's still taking down the mob, and he's, like, Falcone's in it, Catwoman's in it, which is the elements that Matt Reeves took from the first one. But the main thing of that is, that's how Two-Face is created, right? That's his origin. Like, and it's one of the best Batman stories of all time. So go read that, or go watch the 2-part animated movie, Batman The Long Halloween, part 1 and part 2, where my boy, Jensen Ackles, voices Batman in that. So go watch that if you haven't watched that, or read the book if you haven't read the book before. Again, guys, it's one of the best Batman stories of all time. But if you don't know who Gilda Dent is, so Gilda Dent is Harvey Dent's wife, but she also is, in some storylines, she is also the Holiday Killer. Now, the Holiday Killer is a person that, in this universe of Batman stuff, that kills people on holidays, right? And, and here's where Matt Reeves would probably adapt it, so it's not super predictable for comic book fans like myself. But in the storyline, like, Bruce finds out that she's the Holiday Killer, and even Harvey doesn't know that she's killing these people, right? And stuff like that. And then you also get, like, Harvey Dent is the district attorney, right? And he The Dark Knight also adapted this pretty well as well. Like with Aaron, what's his name? Aaron Eckhart? No, I forget the dude who played who played Harvey Dent in The Dark Knight. I feel bad because that's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. But as I'm saying, like there's been a lot of places that adapted it, like Batman Cape Crusader adapted it. Not the Arkham games because we didn't see the origin of Two-Face, but the Dark Knight adapted it. Telltale's Batman adapted it, right? But like, I would love to see Matt Reeves' take on that, and you would be adding a new wrinkle with adding in Harvey Dent's father, who, to my recollection, we have never seen before Harvey Dent's father. So yeah, like you would have Scarlett Johansson playing Gilda Dent. Now, I think that would be a great choice. I think like most people that probably watch this video only know Scarlett Johansson from Jurassic Park and mainly Black Widow, but she can act, bro. She can act. Like watch Marriage Story if you want to see her act. Like that that so and playing Gilda Dent would be a great pick from Matt Reeves to choose Scarlett Johansson for that. So yeah, now I'm gonna move on quickly to the other actor that is rumored to play Harvey Dent's dad, Brad Pitt. So at first, like I heard Brad Pitt was rumored to be in the Batman 2, right? And this is super rumored, the Scarlett Johansson thing, all the big outlets like Variety, Deadline, have all broke that Scarlett Johansson is in like final negotiations and final talks to be in the Batman 2, right? The Brad Pitt one is a rumor, and I want to make that very clear. But when I first heard Brad Pitt was going to play a character in the Batman Part 2, I'm like, Two-Face. Two-Face, Two-Face, Two-Face. Noah, why do you think Brad Pitt would be such a good Two-Face? Fight Club. Fight Club. If you haven't seen that movie, he basically plays one of the personalities of Edward Norton's character, and he's kind of like the villain of that movie, right? So, and I think Brad Pitt would still be a great Two-Face, but now that we've had more, like, rumors come out about the free characters, and the Harvey Dent actor is rumored to be in his 40s, but Harvey Dent and Scarlett Johansson are rumored to be in their 40s, because Scarlett Johansson's in her 40s, and the Harvey Dent actor is rumored to be in their 40s, and when Harvey Dent's father is rumored to be in his 60s. Brad Pitt is 62. So, I think, yeah, 62. So, I would love to see this. I would love to see Brad Pitt in a superhero movie. Um, but yeah, like, I would be interested, because again, comic book adaptations adapt, they don't copy and paste. This would be very interesting, because I don't think we've seen Harvey Dent's father in adaptation before, right? So yeah, like that would be really really dope if you could get Brad. And just look at how stacked that cast would be. You would have Robert Pattinson, Scarlett Johansson, Brad Pitt, Jeffrey Wright, uh, and Colin Farrell. Like that's one hell of a cast, bro. So, right? So, I hope for rumors about both of these. Well, the Scarlett Johansson one, again, is like 99.9% confirmed. Matt Reeves hasn't confirmed it himself, so it's not 100%. For Brad Pitt one, I would give like a 40 to 50% chance of happening. So, yeah. Um, and yeah, so that That's all the Matt Reeves Batman stuff. So now for the DCU Batman. This just broke yesterday, and it would get me very, very, very excited. Brendan Sklenar is probably playing Batman in James Gunn's DCU. Brendan Sklenar is probably playing Batman in James Gunn's DCU. Why do you say that, Noah? Because David Cornsweet, the man who plays Superman in James Gunn's DCU, followed him on Instagram. Now, I want to make this very clear. James Gunn hasn't confirmed this. David Cornsweet hasn't confirmed this. David Cornsweet and Brendan Sklenar are both in the same age bracket, right? Like, Brendan Sklenar is 34, I believe, and David Cornsweet's like 32. So, they're both in the same age bracket, and they could have just followed each other because they auditioned for something and they didn't get it, and stuff like that. But Brendan Sklenar has been rumored for Batman for years. Since James Gunn announced the DCU, he's been rumored for Batman. Now, if you don't know who Brendan Sklenar is, he was the lead character, one of the lead characters, I would say the lead character of a show called 1923. Now, if you don't know what 1923 is, it's a Taylor Sheridan show. Taylor Sheridan is my favorite producer of all time of television. He's my favorite producer, writer, director of all time. Now, Taylor Sheridan, if you guys want to see me cover all of the Taylor Sheridan stuff, you can check out my country channel. But Brendan Sklenar plays Spencer Dutton. What really got me to believe he could play Batman was season 2 of that show. Because season 2 of that show, Spencer has a deep sense of justice. And Brendan Sklenar, there's literally a scene, spoilers for 1923, but there's literally a scene of Brendan Sklenar, like he sees a woman getting beat up, or he sees a man getting assaulted, and like in a it's a disgusting thing whenever you assault somebody, but like in a really disgusting way, right? He sees a man getting assaulted, and he puts the dude who's assaulting the man in his place. He literally takes his belt off and starts like, ha, 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 like that. He literally starts doing that to the dude. And through that, you could see him keep getting angrier and angrier and angrier. What is Batman? Even older Batman. What is Batman? Vengeance. That is Batman, right? What did Brendan Sklenar show in that scene? And in multiple scenes, like multiple scenes in 1923, he showed the aggression that you need to play Batman, right? Now, this version of Batman, James Gunn's version of Batman, is obviously going to be an older version of Batman. Not too old, right? Because again, Brendan Sklenar is only 34. But he's going to be an older version of Batman than Robert Pattinson's version of Batman, right? So, he's going to be a Batman in his prime, right? So this version of Batman needs to be a good Bruce Wayne as well. He can't just be like Bruce Wayne. This version of Batman knows how to use Bruce Wayne as like the mask, and if Damian Wayne's still in The Brave and the Bold, he's got to be the father to Damian Wayne, right? Brendan Sklenar can do that too. I give you Drop. Now, Drop is a movie he did with, I think her name is Megan Fahey. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And Drop, he plays this, spoilers for Drop, he plays this reporter, so Megan Fahey's character is on a date with this guy that she met online, Brendan Sklenar, and he plays this reporter, and through that you see his charm and his, like, it's very Bruce Wayne energy, minus him being rich, because he's not rich in that movie, but he's very like Bruce Wayne energy, right? Like, especially older version of Bruce Wayne, like Scott Snyder's version of Bruce Wayne. Not Absolute Batman, which is a great comic book run, but I'm talking about his his Court of Owls run, right? And that run, his New 52 run, like that version of what Brendan played in Drop reminds me of that version of Bruce Wayne, which the Scott Snyder run on or both of them, the Absolute one and the Court of Owls one, right, are both my favorite runs of Batman probably of all time, because Scott Snyder is one of my favorite comic book writers of all time. He played the charming, he played the rage for Batman, and I just think he looks like Batman. And I think he's young enough to do it for 20 years, right? Like, if they need him to do it for 20 years, he's young enough to do it for 20 years. Now, Brendan Sklenar is my number 2 choice for Batman. If he got cast as Batman, I would be very happy. But you guys know, I am the biggest, and I'm going to take this to the bank. I am the biggest Jensen Ackles for Batman guy in James Gunn's DCU on YouTube. I'm not going to say I created that fan casting, because I didn't, but I am probably the biggest fan of that fan casting for, on YouTube, right? And I've done like 20 videos on why I think Jensen Ackles would be perfect for Batman in James Gunn's DCU. But if Brendan Sklenar were to get it, I wouldn't be mad at it, because Brendan Sklenar is my number 2, right? And I think most importantly, like James Gunn has teased, that we will see Batman and Superman together more than we did in the Snyderverse, right? And we'll see more of the world's finest dynamic and stuff like that, of Superman and Batman being friends, like in the animated series and in Justice League, right? And in, what is that called? Not Trinity. Actually, I think it's called Trinity. And like in the Trinity, comic book and stuff like that, right? And I think Brendan Sklenar and David Cornsweet and David Cornsweet would make a great World's Finest and stuff like that. And yeah, like I think they would have great chemistry, and that's also important for this universe, right? And yeah, like, cause look at, like, I think everybody who watches this channel at least liked, like, I loved the Superman movie. It's my second favorite movie of the year. Right? But I think everybody who watches this channel and watches this podcast loved David Cornsweet as Superman. Like, David Cornsweet to me is my favorite version of Superman ever, right? Because he just reminds me of the comic book page leaping off the screen, right? Like that dude, he even acts like Superman, bro. If you wanna see him Like, you want to see how great of an actor and great of a musical theater nerd this dude is, like myself. I am a vocal nerd, which also makes me a musical theater nerd, right? Watch his interview with Jonathan Bailey. You should all know who Jonathan Bailey is, but if you don't, he's the guy who played Fiyero in Wicked, the Wicked movies, and I also want him to play Green Arrow. Um, but yeah, if you guys want to like watch David Cornsweet in interviews, watch him in Superman. This dude acts like Superman. He has a voice like Superman would, and I can't wait to see what he does with the character. But I think Brendan Sklenar and him would make a uh, great World's Finest. I think they would, and I think you need that uh like you had it there, like you guys know Ben Affleck is my favorite Batman, right? And Henry Cavill is one of my favorite actors, right? He's not my favorite version of Superman because I think if Henry Cavill was given a chance to play like the comic book Superman, he would do a great job. But in Man of Steel, he just acts like Wolverine for the first half of a movie. Like, ugh, why do I have these powers? Right? That's why I want Henry Cavill to play Wolverine in the MCU when they eventually have to recast Hugh Jackman. Right? But yeah, like, so guys, like, but what I'm saying with that is you need a trio of Diana, Bruce, and Clark that is uh that has that chemistry and stuff like that. Now, I have my own opinions of Gal Gadot, both well, I don't get political on this channel, but I'm pretty sure I've said it before. I don't agree with Gal Gadot's politics, right? I don't support her career, right? Or I won't, right? Um, but also Gal Gadot can't act for shit, right? So like, if you get both Brendan Sklenar and David Cornsweet and like Adrian, I think, yeah, uh, Adria Arjona to play Wonder Woman, or you get the girl from Assassin's Creed Odyssey who voiced Cassandra to play Wonder Woman, because you guys know I really want the person who plays Wonder Woman to be Greek, because I'm Greek and Wonder Woman is a Greek character, right? Uh, but if I just want a better actor to play Wonder Woman than Gal Gadot, because Gal Gadot can act, right? But yeah, like that. So if you get that, and if you have David Cornsweet, who I think is the best version of Superman that we've gotten, at least in my life, right? Between that version and the animated version, right? And then like the Superman animated series version and David Cornsweet, and then you get Brendan Sklenar, who I think would do a great job of playing Batman. That would be incredible as as a dynamic duo, as a world's finest uh, type thing, right, and stuff like that. And I'm not saying Bruce is gonna be in Clayface, but it would make sense because Clayface comes out September of next year, and we are almost out of 2025, people. Like, we have 3 weeks, or yeah, like 2 weeks left of 2025. I can't believe it. So, yeah, I would love to see this duo, David Cornsweet and Brendan Sklenar. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed episode 13 of the DC Universe podcast, and I hope you guys have a great day, and God bless you guys.